What's up everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Casey Razor with Razor Sharp Productions, and today we're going to be going over my top 3 tips for networking. If you've ever heard the phrase, your network is directly correlated to your net worth, I think that speaks volumes in terms of knowing what your inner circle is, knowing who's on your team and who's in your corner to help you through this adventure on being an entrepreneur, a creative, an artist, photographer, videographer, any of that. I think networking is essential and imperative to grow your business. So let's hop right into it. Tip number 1, do your research. Make sure that you know who's going to be at these events. Now this can be correlated to anything. This could be if you're trying to become an entrepreneur, if you're trying to be in the food and beverage industry, trying to become an artist, a photographer, videographer, all of that. I think it's very important that you make sure that you do your research and know who's going to be there and know who to talk to. If you're trying to get into the music industry like what we're doing, the biggest thing and I think biggest people to network with are the openers and then security guards and the promotional teams. Those are the people that you want to talk to and connect with because, one, if you're shooting at a show, you want to know the security guards because they're going to let you into specific places that maybe others might not be able to get into. So if you know Joe Schmo who's guarding the DJ booth, he might actually let you in to go take some pictures if you've known him for a long time and talked to him for a while, learned about, their hobbies, this, that, and the other. I think that's very, very important. Talking to the local artists, the openers, those are the people who usually come without the photographer or a videographer for their stuff. So then you can talk to them and go, hey, I love what you did. Your set was incredible. I saw that you released this really cool song 2 weeks ago and that shit was awesome. It was off the hook. I blast that shit in my car all the time. That right there can open the door for them to be a potential client in the future. And if they're doing these big shows opening at places like Red Rocks, Mission Ballroom, Fillmore, these are all places in Denver, Colorado, but those could be huge because once they get to a bigger level, they may take you on tour. Do your research, make sure you know who's going to be there, and make sure you know the big wigs that you got to talk to. All right, moving on to tip number 2. I think this one is one of the most important ones. Show up on time, if not early. Make sure that you are on time to these events because you never know who you're going to talk to. You never know what kind of connections you're going to make. Try and be there for the whole thing. And I know it can take up some time, and I know it can be daunting. It can be exhausting to be there. It shows your professionalism. It shows that you actually want to be there. In a world where time is money and time is literally everything, showing up on time or early is going to already break the ice for those people that you're trying to network with. They're going to see that you are focused and ready to rock. If you show up a little bit early, then you're usually there before the majority of the people. So then you can have an in with these networking gurus and try and talk to them before literally anybody else. That first impression is everything. For example, the other day, this actually happened this last weekend, I was at a show that I was photographing for Party Guru Productions, and I was in the pit for the very opener. This was, the show started at 8 o'clock. This was maybe 8:10. So I was there, for about 45 minutes at that point. I had scouted everything. I've been walking around, people kind of seeing my face with my camera around my neck. Well, this photographer comes up to me and asks me if I was somebody specific. I was not that person, so I assumed they were looking for this person to help him with whatever they needed. Well, he saw that I was there. I had the equipment around my neck. It was the same brand that he was shooting at. We talked about shooting with the same equipment. I asked him about his lens, all of that fun stuff. He then turned around to me and said, "Are you going to be here for the entire show?" And I said, "Yeah, I have to be here till the very, very end." He goes, "Okay, cool. Well, we need help because this is the last stop of our tour. We want to get a big family photo at the very end of the show, but I need to be in it because I'm a part of the crew. Well, I need somebody to take the photo for us, hence, would you like to do it?" For one, with my media pass, I was not allowed to go backstage. I was not allowed to go on stage, no photos, anywhere but within the audience and within the pit. So that right there opened up the door for me to go backstage, take photos behind them, on stage with them, and guess what? I got to meet these big artists. I got to meet these headliners. I got to meet the crew. I got to meet everybody. So that one connection of me being early and on time literally opened up the door for tons of other possibilities that I had no clue I was going to be able to get myself into that night. I also got this dude's phone number, so now I have an in with a touring photographer and videographer that next time that they come into town, maybe he'll hit me up just out of the blue to say, hey, we need your help again. I need a second shooter. You were phenomenal that last time. How would you like to work with us again? Bam, right there. I was early. I was on time. I met this person right away and literally did some of the coolest shit that I didn't think I was going to do that night. So make sure you're on time, you're early, you're attentive, and you do your research. That kind of moves on to our next tip, tip number 3, and that is talk to everyone. Because you never know what doors they're going to actually open up. Talking to the audience, talking to the security guards. Security guards, I think, is huge if you're going to be shooting at shows, because they're going to let you into places that, again, maybe you weren't allowed to go into before, but if you make this, start this conversation, create this relationship with these security guards or the door guys or anybody, it's going to be a lot easier for you to move in and out of these areas a lot more carefree and, without having to stop people and say, hey, I'm actually media. No, here's my pass. No, I promise I'm working here. This is what I do, blah, blah, blah. All you have to do is go, hey, what's up, Joe Schmo? How you doing? Walk past. Boom. Done. Ready to rock. You can get those shots you need to get on time without any stress. So laying the groundwork before you even get started is imperative, especially within the music industry, because they can get you access to anywhere you need. Also talking to bystanders. Any sort of bystander that's walking by, if they want to ask you a question about your camera, you should stop and talk to them about your camera, because they could become the next potential client. I had one person that was at this show, the same exact show that I was able to go up on stage with. They stopped me. They wanted a couple's photo. It was him and his wife. He offered me $40 for this photo. So I got $40 for one picture. I tried to tell him no, but he literally shoved it in my pocket and forced me to take it. So, hey, thanks for the gas. But he then received the photo the next day and is now a potential client that I can work with, because I created that connection beforehand, before I even gave him the photo. I was very nice. I was very good to talk with. I asked them about how their night was going. That created a potential avenue to then get more revenue from these people that I had never met before. So make sure you're talking to literally everybody you can, the bartenders, the door guys, the people setting up the booths, the people dropping off the food, cleaning up, anybody. It's going to be worth it in the end. It is very exhausting, don't get me wrong, but I promise you, talking to anybody you can is going to be miles and miles beyond than just if you were just sit there and kind of blow everybody off and say, nah, I don't really want to talk to you today. I'm not feeling it right now. We'll feel it, y'all. Get your shit done, talk to them, make sure you talk to everybody. Now, I know I said I only had 3 tips, but I want to do a 4th one, because I think this one is king of all tips for networking. Don't be a dick. Be kind to everybody that you meet. Even if they're rude to you, kill them with kindness. It's that kind of thing that if you just show them that you are willing to work, you're ready for anything, you can, do this work at the drop of a hat, they're going to actually see that and see your work ethic and say, wow, this person actually, they got a smile on their face. They're ready to go. They're talking to me like we're best friends and we've known each other for years. That kindness is going to push you miles and miles beyond if you were just go, hey, what's up? My name's Casey. I take really cool photos. Thanks. Yeah, that's not going to work. That's not how it works. You need to bring something to the table and offer them something so that they know that you're willing to go the extra mile, and that's the people that they want on their team. Somebody who's going to put in the work, go the extra mile, and they're going to be nice to everybody on the way. Now, I know those were all pretty simple. Those are pretty straightforward things, but I think those 4 tips are very, very important to networking and creating your inner circle. So make sure you go out there, you network, you shake those hands, you talk to those people, rub those elbows, show up early, be kind, and talk to literally everybody. You never know what doors it's going to open. If you like what you saw today and you got some sort of information and enjoy that and you want to learn a little bit more, go ahead and click that subscribe button, turn on those notifications. We're going to be posting every single Monday at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and hopefully give you all some insight to turn your hobby into a profession, or to turn your hobby into a mega hobby. Whatever you want to do, we hope that we can give you some insight on how to do it the right way and the easy way. Thanks for coming, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. The boys out.